the place.
There's a scene where I show, because like I said, star comes from multiple scars, like just physical, mental, verbal, marriage gone wrong, and that's a point where you guys will see where I'm trying to strive in this situation, I'm trying to make it in the music industry, and it just would not work because of marriage and everything just came together. So you will have that type of element in the movie.
You have a unique story. We talked offline. I don't know if you was like 1 centimeter off to really like having a different course in life.
Yeah, okay, so it was New Year's night, and Wally World, star of Checklist, you know, the brothers. So he was going to, I believe they were going to Glen Cove that night to sign an artist with Fat Joe. And I kind of flaked on them, and the next morning they signed Ashanti in Glen Cove. So I could have been Ashanti.
You couldn't have walked out the pool on that Ciroc commercial.
Everything is, whatever's meant for you is going to be meant for you, and I feel like that was meant for her, and this is meant for me.
No doubt. Well, well, again, like I said, it's Ja Rule. Murder!
Oh, God.
Maybe you're better off.
Definitely better off. Ja Rule, man.
They did have a federal indictment.
What happened?
How 50 bought all the tickets.
Nah, it was fake.
It was fake?
It's all fake.
It was?
He's a Ja Rule fan?
50 didn't buy his masters.
No.
The seats too. 50 ain't do that. It's all fake.
No, 50 bought the Groupon ticket.
He did.
I have an inside source.
I heard that
I used to work there. It was true. It was true. But they got a chuckle out of it. That was the only front row seat.
That was crazy.
But again, so you know, but like you mentioned, everybody has their break. Should we take a break backstage?
Yes.
That's why I'm going to backstage. We're going to keep it locked here. Sharice Martinez on special 950. Come on back.
Clear. Right? It's your turn?
No, you're not done yet.
Hip-hop and R&B. Exclusive celebrity interviews.
Today we have a special guest. She is one of the great female vocalists, the iconic, legendary Stephanie Mills will be joining the show today.
For all your celebrity news and gossip, ask Diamond about the E.
Make sure y'all tune in.
WWRN Urban Classics. It's the E. Jones Show. The E. Jones Show featuring the First Lady Sharonda, Cody, and Mill. Start your midday with a dose of E. Jones, Sharonda, Cody, and Mill. Waking your assets up.
Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Want your child to receive Christian values along with a first-class education? Then the Flushing Christian School is your place, serving grades K through 8. The Flushing Christian School has been providing quality Christian education since 1950, delivering a passion for serving Christ to students for their benefit and for the glory of God. For more information, go to FlushingChristianschool.com or call 718-445-3533. The Flushing Christian School, 41-54 Murray Street, Flushing, New York, 718-445-3533.
Día a día, dile que yo soy el que te quiere.
Millennium Music Media is leading the charge for the future of music. Millennium empowers artists, writers, producers, and publishers. Start getting paid your self-worth. To learn more, go to www.millennium5.com. Millennium Music Media. Welcome to the music revolution.
Dealing with a cheating spouse? Employee theft? Need proof? Lie detector test available. Maximum Protection has over 25 years surveillance experience in the tri-state area. Call today, 914-966-3100. Maximum Protection. We protect the innocent. It's Life Insurance Awareness Month, so why not call Catherine Rabitas, your local New York Life rep, for life insurance, long-term care, and much more at 862-254-0878. 862-254-0878.
AM 97, The Answer.
This NFL game brought to you locally in part by Catherine Rabitas, your local New York Life rep. Call 862-254-0878. 862-254-0878.
AM 97, The Answer.
The E. Jones Show proudly sponsors AMW Clothing. Now, what does that stand for?
Ambition, motivated women.
AMW Clothing is the embodiment of the culture many of us grew up in, but it's also the flavor of the new era. Style beyond judgment. Style that represents appreciation, drive, and hustle. Now, what brand you know can put those three words in the same sentence? Even celebrities such as Iman Shumpert, DJ Diamond Cuts, and many more are repping that AMW lifestyle. So tell me, what are you waiting for? Represent the brand today. Go on Instagram, follow and contact the girl Snow. Her username is @SnowDaddy__. That's SNOWDADDY__. Again, @SnowDaddy__. Follow her to stay updated with daily sales for quality merchandise, all the way from Street Fighter dad hats, Aaliyah and TLC shirts, to the best-selling Damn Gina hoodies. So go right this minute and check out the one and only brand that fits you.
Ambition, motivated women. Clothing.
Millennium Music Media is leading the charge for the future of music. Millennium empowers artists, writers, producers, and publishers. Start getting paid your self-worth. Go to www.millennium5.com. Millennium Music Media. Welcome to the music revolution.
We are back. 950 Lounge Live Saturday morning. Still rocking with Sharice Martinez.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you a couple questions now. When you think about now really behind the camera scenes.
Okay.
And you got an audition coming up. And that audition again is?
No, the casting.
Casting, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Scarred Star.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, for that, let's say if you had to pick just anybody, it could be anybody you would love to work with on this production, who would it be? And why?
Well, Robert De Niro, definitely, because not only is he an actor, he produces his own stuff. He has his own production company. Mm-hmm. So that's something that I look up to him for. Like, right. You know, he comes from where I come from in the Bronx. And
he likes black women.
He likes black women. Hey,
go on. I mean, yeah, throw that one out there.
Hey, Robert don't mind.
Divorce?
Yeah, but I don't mean to give a black women. You know what? Not to cut. I don't like doing a rodeo here, but real quick on that. Yeah, because you know people we go over and then we forget the question. But there was somebody it was on TMZ the other day, and the women were lining up like, you know, they get the corn, the silver fox. So their sisters know, I guess, you know, he liked the brown meat.
Yeah, and he's so like whatever role he gets, he executes. Like Meet the Parents, super funny. But then you see him in stuff like Casino and Bronx Tale.
Like he could go either way. You know, he's charismatic.
And that's what I you know, admire, and that's who I would really want to work with first.
So that's
De Niro. I've been harassing him, you know, sending stuff to his production company.
Keep it clean.
Well, once you get off the crutch, then you go check out Rob at the restaurant.
That's true.
I'm sure he's single now. I'm sure.
Female-wise, I would love to work with Taraji. I think she will bring out the inner me.
Make you feel good, girl.
Now, you talking about Taraji P. Henson or you talking about Cookie?
P. Henson, no. Taraji that came to LA with, $80 in her pocket and made it happen. That's Taraji. Because I want to, you know, I love her story.
Yeah.
You know, she's very inspirational. She's done a lot. You know, she has her nonprofit organizations as well that's under her dad's name. And, you know, she just comes from such a, you know, long history of taking any role, just like I said, and making it hers.
Like Ice-T.
Right. So definitely them two. It's like on my
He
side.
takes any role, too. You mean like
I mean, that's his time.
Make that money.
He's directing almost every role.
No.
You've been watching New Jack City over the holidays.
Ice-T played a black leprechaun in a movie. Don't know. He wasn't directing that. Yeah. No, he don't. No disrespect to Ice. Because I'm sorry. Continue.
No, it's
Taraji.
that's it for now. Like
no Denzel.
Denzel.
No Chico Beneman?
I would be very nervous to work around him because I'd be like, I don't know. It'll take me back to training day and then I'd be nervous. Like, shit, I want to go home. I don't want to go to jail.
Oh, come on, man. Have you playing basketball in Pelican Bay? Yeah,
right,
I
don't
get
want
it.
to do none of that.
So, just those two. That's kind of that's powerful.
I would start there. I would start there. Yeah.
That's heavyweight.
But like I said, I will work with anyone. No one's beneath me.
Now, what about any legendary actors besides Robert and the
Cookie?
Morgan Freeman? No, I'm just
Morgan, I actually would work with him, but I was scared because I was working at Best Buy one time and he came in at 4 a.m, overnight.
He was with Justin?
He was by himself. Believe that?
That was going from the bar.
Right. And he was just so mean. So I was like, I could just
I'll be
imagine.
mean till 4 a.m. I'm tired.
He was the only customer in the store. How you being
they opened up just for him at 4 a.m?
No. It was open.
Black
he must
Friday.
live around the area. I don't know.
Why is he shopping for deals?
Yeah.
He was just so miserable looking, and I was scared of him. I was just super scared. Wow. But legendary, I would work with everybody. Like I said, there's no one that I wouldn't work with. Yeah.
Now, again, now you're acting. You beyond the web stuff. Not to say you wouldn't go back, but you're moving on. What now? Talk about just as a director, as an actress, with all the Me Too stuff going. Because now there's rules and regulations on sets that may or may not. I don't know if the independents do it. I just could assume they don't. But as you're moving now to like bigger and better things, talk about the pressures you feel like with some, just being a female, being an attractive female. The pressures you kind of feel. Do you feel any pressures?
I mean, honestly, yeah, especially when you walk into a room full of men, because 9 times out of 10, it's a lot of men behind production, and it's really a man-dominated, field at the moment, and women are just starting to kick their way through. Mm-hmm. And it's hard because it's like, okay, I know I'll get a role because I'm pretty, but do I really want that role? Right. I know I'm going to get a role because I'm here and pretty, but do I really want that role? I want people to respect me when I walk in. I want them to see me for more than just a face or
you
and
want
body.
them to respect your talent instead of just looking at you.
Is there anything that you wouldn't do at this stage of your career?
No. I still will, go hard,
I mean, any role, any like imagery that you say, that's much. I'm not doing that.
Prostitution. Mm-hmm. If I had to play a role, and show my full body, that's one thing. Like that's off.
Right. Okay.
That's not for me.
Right.
But I have done some type of soft
rodeo scene.
Yeah.
Episode 8, season 2.
Right. He's like 54.10. I hate him.
You got that. He's taking Mr. Skin's
job. So there's really no role that I wouldn't take, but it is hard once you get to a certain caliber in acting, because there's still shows that reach out to me.
But at the end of the day, it's acting, and I feel that if you're not ashamed to do anything, and like I said, you're playing a role.
So
this doesn't define who you are. You're playing a role.
Right. Would you do it?
To what?
Any role? You just said it doesn't define.
I'm just saying it shouldn't. A role should not define your character.
But what I do is try not to get, because I'm typecasted.
You don't want to get typecasted, exactly.
So,
that's what she's got to stay away from.
Right. So what I tend to do is, if I've done a sex scene before, and like I said, but depending on who's behind production, I might be like, okay, I'll show a show because it might go somewhere, But it's like I try not to take the same roles over and over. So if you have a drug addict role, I'll take that. If I'll play a lesbian woman, I'll play a drunk. I want to take different roles so people can see the range in my acting.
Right, exactly. I mean, as an actress that I have a lot of respect for, that has been labeled kind of the resident hood rat, and that's Paula Jai Parker. Every movie that Paula Jai Parker played, Sprung and Don't Drink the Juice in the Hood, and Hustle and Flow. That is always something like, it's and this is a very intelligent woman, Howard grad. So I understand that and I respect that, but again, I guess it comes down to the individual. What I will and will not do. I have a problem. And I've said on this mic, and I got respect for the man, but I have a problem with Tyler Perry because some of the imagery.
I'm not with you on that though.
Yeah, I know, but I don't have a problem with him. I think he's a fan. I think he does a lot.
I have a problem with the imagery that he presents. Like I've never seen a Madea movie. I have yet to sit down and watch a Madea movie, and I never probably will sit down and watch a Madea movie because I just think it's stupid.
And I know, like, there's people will tell me, like, you know, well, Flip Wilson, Martin Lawrence, or, you know, Jamie Foxx, they've all done that. And you know, again, that's
the most famous.
That's for a whole nother show. But my thing is that going back to Sharice, the imagery, it's up to the individual. Like, we had now the Sousa, I forgot her first name, on the show last year. And she did Zayn in her early days, but said she wouldn't do that now.
But see, like I said, it depends on what you do. You're going to do what you want to do.
Too.
Now, the whole thing is that if you stay at the lower levels of back then and don't grow, then it's a problem. But when you're in the beginning, starting off, you might take a couple characters, you may do a couple of things.
But you also got to feed yourself. This is your job. Sometimes the bills are still due every 30.
You got to take a hit in the beginning, but then you don't have to keep taking that hit.
See, like I said,
you establish yourself.
Now the whole thing is there any type of movie that you would love to star in?
I would. What do you mean?
Players Club?
Like your dream movie that you would love to
Players Club?
be.
She said she don't want to show no
Diamond.
She be Bernie Mac and Players Club, if anything.
You gotta get out there and make that money.
If the soap operas were still popping, like All My Children and stuff, I would love to have been on like All My Children and stuff like that.
But you know
to those who are audience.
I could see you in a Marvel Comics movie.
Marvel?
Think so?
Marvel.
You said Marvel.
Yeah, I could see her in one, I could see her in a Luke Cage. You know,
Luke Cage
that's
is
never gonna happen.
No, Luke Cage
That's
is canceled.
not true. I actually was on set last year with Chad Shepard.
It's
canceled. Luke Cage canceled.
Sorry,
Really?
it's canceled.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my episode was canceled.
See, Cottonmouth is riding Miss Daisy Part 2. He ain't doing that no more.
They killed Cottonmouth.
Well, I'm saying he ain't going back anyway.
What about Broadway plays?
I would do Broadway plays because I also sing. So that has always been a major thing for me as a kid. Disney and Ariel, Little Mermaid, all these people that would sing. And so I definitely would do Broadway shows.
We got 5 minutes left, and again, like I said, we talk all the time. I'm so proud of you. I say that enough. I can't say that enough. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Just say you're proud of her.
No, you keep your word. I'm a wordsmith. You say 2 words. That's how you talk. But I'm so proud of your growth and your continued growth in 2019. No doubt, we all are.
Yes.
But before we get you out of here, you can. And I know you've probably done it at your house. You probably had a conversation with family and friends. You can close your eyes for a minute and dream. What's the next 5 years look like? Where is Sharice at coming into 2024?
I have my own production company, an all-female production company.
Sorry, Just.
I just want to know why it got to be an all-female production company.
Because
go finish your dream. We can.
That's my dream buster. So I definitely see myself having my production company and having a great team behind me, and just keep making movies, just keep making stuff happen.
Well, I will give you one suggestion, one recommendation: get a good pair of sunglasses because your future's bright.
Thank you very much.
She don't like sunglasses.
Sharice Martinez, ladies and gentlemen. Where can people reach out and find you more information? Maybe come to the reading.
I'm on Instagram. She's cool for now. December 1st, I'm having a casting for a Scarred Star at the Johnson Community Center, 1833 Lexington Avenue. So if you guys are inspired actors, if you even thought about it, you watch TV, you're inspired, just come. You never know.
If you got a Brian Gumble role in place,
but you know what? Let it be known. If you're serious, don't be coming in there wasting this
Don't come there for the food.
Right.
Come in there ready to work and be serious.
That's right. That's right. And
don't come in like Pinky.
And I don't want to hear, I don't have money. We're going to make it happen. Whether you have money, we're going to get you there.
Go get some bottles, 5 cents a piece.
Well, I think you better pay the dues to us right now before you start the production company.
You got it.
Sharice Martinez. Let's take a quick break. We keep the chain thing going. My man Law is up next. It's 9-3 Lounge live on the Saturday. Come on back.
God Pentecostal Church in the Bronx needs your prayers and assistance in purchasing a new church home. Won't you open your hearts and support? Go to www.gofundme/newmogpc. Any donation is appreciated. For more information, go to newmoveofgodpentecostalchurch.org.
fans, it's your girls Essence
and Tanisha.
And we are Real Ladies, Real Talk.
Yeah, we know. You're trying to listen to your football game.
Yeah, we know. But this is for Wednesday night from 6:30 to 8:30. You can watch us on Ustream Live.
Or you can go ahead and download our weekly podcast on iTunes and Stitcher.
Get in line.
At least it's not on Sunday.
Everybody, it's your girl Tish Love.
It's Darnell.
Thais, along with your boy
Uncle Dash.
Be sure to download the DSNBX mobile app so you can check out our live stream.
Especially if your team is losing on a Thursday night, we'll be there to lift your spirits. So remember,
it's Get to Know Me live every Thursdays 9 to 10 on DSN.
This Sunday morning at 9, Lily's International Christian Outreach presents a celebration worship service with special guest, Dove Awards nominee Alvin Slaughter.
Lay down your burdens at the altar.
Come out and receive your blessings from God at the King's Temple, 36 Franklin Avenue, Hewlett, New York. Again, that's Alvin Slaughter this Sunday morning, May 22nd, starting at 9. And it's free. Let's all rejoice in the Lord. For more information, go to liliesinternational.org.
Join in the time of celebration.
To whom it may concern. Give yourself permission to engage in the lost art of conversation. Indulge in the exchange of stimulating thoughts and ideas. Examine and reflect. If intrigued, allow me the pleasure of presiding over said forum. Welcome to Well Mind.
Football fans, are you looking for an alternative experience this spring? If yes, then welcome to the Triborough Football League. Established in 2008 with teams all around the city, the TFL offers athletes 18 and over the opportunity to keep their football dream alive. Fans are part of the game in the TFL with an up-close experience with the players. Learn more about the TFL at their open house March 4th from 9 a.m. to noon at Fusion East, 1179 Elton Avenue, Brooklyn. For more information on the TFL, go to TriboroughFootball.com. Is something missing from your child's school experience? Are they receiving biblical values along with academic excellence? Like to find such a school? Then welcome to Flushing Christian School, serving grades K through 8. The Flushing Christian School has been providing quality Christian education since 1950, delivering a passion for serving Christ to students for their benefit and for the glory of God. Why not start your child's education off right in 2016? For more information on Flushing Christian School, go to their website at www.flushingchristianschool.com or call 718-445-3533. Again, that's www.flushingchristianschool.com or call 718-445-3533. The Flushing Christian School, 41-54 Murray Street, Flushing, New York. 718-445-3533 or www.flushingchristianschool.com.
Millennium Music Media is leading the charge for the future of music. Millennium empowers artists, writers, producers, and publishers. Start getting paid your self-worth. To learn more, go to www.millennium5.com. Millennium Music Media. Welcome to the music revolution.
Look your best this summer. Let Fear Gal refresh your style with some beautiful white, blue, and pink shirts or any color you prefer. Fear Gal shirts are custom made with the highest quality Italian cotton, genuine mother-of-pearl buttons sewn on by hand, as well as handcrafted buttonholes. AM 970 listeners order 6 shirts now through August 28th and receive a 7th shirt free. To become fashion ready, go to feargal.net or call 914-826-5755. That's 914-826-5755. Ask for Kareem. Fear Gal. Looking good is a lifestyle. As you enjoy today's football game, there's a new sport sweeping the nation. Gaga Ball is on the map, and Talent Athletics is the #1 source for your gaming needs. Founded by 2 New York City teachers, Talent Athletics can provide you everything from Gaga Pit rentals and sales, Gaga gloves, and event hostings for all your corporate, birthday, or social needs. For more information on Talent Athletics, go to their website, talentathletics.com, or call 914-420-1403. Talent Athletics. Play hard, play safe.
950 Lounge Live, Saturday. holiday Saturday. We thank you for keeping some time with us. I called with the Best Human Radio in a foursome for the first time in a long time. Do various things. But big shout out to my man on the boards, Uno. Appreciate you holding it down today. But we got a guy here that we've been really trying to get this. And it's funny how you meet people. We talked about Sharice, you meet people in different forms. And, you know, we knew a lot of the same people, maybe even heard the names crossed.
Yeah, DMV.
Well, no. That's better than Central Booking. But
I thought he was going to be on his way to Central Booking.
But in any event, we've been talking to get him up here. He's here now. It won't be the last. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 9 Feet Lounge, the homie Law. What's going on, man?
Yes, what's going on with you? What's going on, fellas?
I'm going on. Happy holidays.
Thanks, same to you. I'm excited to be here, man. We finally made it happen.
We made it happen,
yes,
no doubt.
Yes,
and again, obviously, with all you're doing, it's truly appreciated that you take a few minutes out, because I know you had a gig the other night, like I said, you was playing Steve Harvey and the High Tops, and they were throwing drawers at you. And you got something nice, so we thank you for some moments.
They were throwing bloomers at you?
See, you know, he would think of bloomers. You know why, right? He like big ones.
Don't you know at shows, big women always are in the front
You would know that, because
he was at your show too, right?
Them big bros booed him off the stage.
Man, listen, I mean, to go even to it, I say it like this. Like I always tell most of the male artists and different things like that, and I say respectfully, for the guys, truthfully, coming from where I come from, and when you got talent and skills, it's easy, because, you know, a dude to be like, oh, he nice, yo, he dope, that kid is dope. But I can always tell the fellas, whether slim, thick, skinny, you know, whatever, light skin, dark skin, you know, no matter what race, if the women ain't screaming for you, if they not checking for what you doing, you ain't got a show.
Like
women make the party.
It was like two Italian chicks that jumped on the stage with you. At the
you talking about that show? Here's a funny thing. No, we just a regular. You know, we
were Trump supporters.
Get him off here. Why he don't belong here?
I would hope not. But we just doing this regular party. You know, having some fun. We just regular. You know, we doing
Trump supporters.
Get him off here. Why he don't belong here?
We just doing this regular. Just comes up to me like having some fun. We just regular, you know. We doing some Brooklyn boys. Can I wear your hat? And before I could even, because you know, usually I'm just like I don't need, and I try to be nice. Before I could even say anything, she just grabbed the hat and put it on her head and went on stage.
You know,
no, she's not from Brooklyn.
Oh,
so that made it the gesture even more, because anytime you know you have a female of that stature coming from that, and they just like, we love Brooklyn.
Did she make your eggs the next morning?
No.
She was aggressive.
Nah.
Did you get the hat? Wait, did you get the hat back?
Yes. Well, look, this is the other version of the hat, but no, I got the hat back. Everything was good.
You got the hat back.
It's all in fun, man.
Now you've grown up in the music game, in the entertainment business completely, and this is tour buses and and on stage is nothing new to you.
Yeah.
Talk about when way back in the beginning, the George Clintons and all the people that you were around. Talk about those influences as a young man.
Okay, well, first we got to start from the very beginning, because I grew up in a famous family.
Right.
Because most of the people in my family were already making things happen. So starting with my late legendary grandfather, Sam Bluesman Taylor, who was part of Joey D and the Starlighters, and when he left the group to work with the Beach Boys, he gave his guitar job to a young man by the name of James Marshall Hendrix, who we all know today as Jimi Hendrix. So I already had the plethora of that going on. Then my mother, Sandra Taylor, is a grand champion, first place winner at the Apollo. My uncle, Uncle Bobby Real Deal Taylor, he won 13 times. They retired him. And most notably, some of y'all might know my cousin as well, Cheryl Pepsi Riley. So that's
thanks from my child.
Yes, you know it. So I was already like, even if I had tried to choose anything else, it probably wouldn't have worked, because music was the end all, the be all in our family. If you wasn't singing or playing, you were doing sports.
Did you do the little Eddie Murphy thing, at the family?
Oh man, listen here.
Let him go ahead, boy.
Listen here. Every family reunion, it'd be me, my sister, my brother. Come on, Lawrence, come do that York. You know, and that time with Motown 25, you know, after that situation, everybody in the hood that was young was trying to either imitate Michael Jackson or my number one idols, New Edition, because I actually won my first talent show singing Lost in Love. So for me, seeing 5 nappy-headed young kids from the projects in the hood like myself, it was like, because I always tell people this, I'm like, you know, you have the early influence, because, you know, Michael Jackson, Prince, Stevie Wonder, Lionel Richie, you know, who I end up, you know, working with years later. The thing was just that, but they were adults. I looked up to them, I loved them, but to see New Edition, it was like, yeah. They look just like me. They break dancing, they can sing. The guy got the falsetto, the other guy raps, and I was rhyming too. So it was like, oh shoot, like this is a whole thing. So by the time I turned, you know, 9 or 10, I did my first professional gig around that time. I was doing shows with my mother, Parks Department shows and different things like that, going through the ranks. And then of course, as time went along, when I created the Planet 12 thing, which is a combination of my love for science fiction and Marvel Comics, shout out rest in peace Stan Lee, like that whole thing. It was interesting. I told my mother at 12 years old that I was going to be a P-Funk member, because after I discovered the Mothership Connection album, and you know how it is for most of us 80s and 90s babies, we go backwards. So everything that we had to dig through that our parents had in the crates or whatever else was going through. So I was the average, I wasn't the average 11-year-old. I was already talking about Larry Graham and bass, and most of my mother's musician friends were looking at me like,
yeah, where'd he get that
Yo,
from?
He knows
student in the game already, yeah.
So that's the reputation I kind of built for myself in addition to that. But at the same time, it still took work, hard work, dedication. Every day I was learning a new instrument. I was learning a new routine. I was singing. I was writing rhymes. And my average day was singing church during the course of the week, because I'm Pentecostal Baptist. So it was like going through that.
We all say that here.
So you know exactly. So it'd be singing in church, then battling somebody in a rhyme cipher, and at nighttime I'm playing the clubs with my mother and my grandfather. So before I even hit those artists, it was over.
So with that being said, even though you grew up in it, it was a part of you, it was your norm, it was the normal. Was there any pressure because of that? Because everybody around you were singers and entertainers, because everybody around you was in this industry, not just for Sunday, but for steak and potatoes. Did it add pressure?
Honestly, and this is going to sound weird, because you know you hear these stories all the time. I didn't feel any damn pressure, because, and to bank off what my homegirl was saying, you know, when you love what you do and you're passionate about it, I didn't see it as pressure. I mean, of course, you always come across, you know, especially with talent shows, you got competition, but my thing was always like, nah, we gonna smoke these fools tonight. And then my whole impression was that I took everything that I possibly could learn to pull out the stops. So there was never any pressure to fill it in. I just think that as I got probably towards my early 20s, it was more so like, okay, I'm tired of being called Sam Taylor's grandson. Even though, of course, I loved it, I reveled in it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I have to really make something of my own pathway, even though I have your own identity. And I was glad that I had it, because once I got it, then I was able, like you see me now, you see most of my posts, now I can do tributes to my granddad. Me and my mother just actually finished an album paying homage to the work that he did with BT Express. So we're doing all the songs that he wrote for various people. But see, I had to get to that point, because I don't think I would have been able to really do that if I was 19 or 20. So truthfully, outside of that, there was never any pressure. I love what I do, you know?
We're chopping up with
boy, oh boy, speak of the devil. Look who walked
recording star Loa. We're chopping up. So let's dive into young Loa. Now again, you said you kid, 10, 11, doing your first shows, and again you mentioned the New Edition piece.
Absolutely.
When you go on stage at that stage of your life, at that age bracket of your life, is it, and all the family, you can pick out what relative or who to go with.
Absolutely.
But is there somebody you try to emulate, or was you at that point, even as a young kid, trying to develop your own niche, your own style?
All of the above, because of course my granddad being, basically my granddad was the rock star of the family. So you gotta remember, talking about he's a blues man. So Papa was a Rolling Stone, so he traveled in the world.
Did he play numbers? My daddy played numbers. And
he's old school. We talking about we city. Well, I always say we city boys with Southern root. So at the end of the day, Alabama, Mississippi, North Carolina.
Oh, y'all was pimping.
Money boys. No, the funny thing is that definitely that. So I emulated him, but actually, the most vital influence family-wise, I'm talking about the family part of it, besides my mom, of course, because mom is still killing stages now as we speak. And the thing is that, but my Uncle Bobby, because at one point, Uncle Bobby had the meanest falsetto. You could talk about a regular street St. Mark's hood dude that played basketball during the day, smoked weed, getting into fights, all kind of stuff and whatnot. And then here comes this man, gets on the microphone, I'm gonna do all the things. And girls, I'm just like,
oh, he was Eddie King.
No, he's another Eddie Kendricks rather. You know, because I'm just like, because when you hear him talk during the day, you know, it's almost like it's a different person. But when he got on that stage, and one night I saw it, he sang "Ooh Baby Baby," and girls were fainting. I'm like 8 years old, and of course, like any other kid, it's like,
that's what I want to be.
That's what I want to do.
Exactly.
And then, but of course, he was still an adult, so it wasn't until I saw, you know, New Edition and a lot of the other young contemporaries like 4x4 that came out during that era. It was almost like, I need to carve this out for myself. So it became a combination of everything. I had enough people in my family to look up to, but at the same time, they wasn't always around. So I had to study the VHS tapes and
So
look at the poems and
the
stuff like
game.
that. Absolutely. Forever a student, forever.
You know, you know what's so funny? Because you hear the word, you say VHS. You know how many young people don't really know what VHS is?
They wouldn't
They look at it like, what's a VHS?
Now they have all this technology where you can transfer everything now, which is a beautiful thing. But yeah, so for the most part, that was my whole upbringing. Even when I attained all the stuff that I would attain later, like people would be like, "Where's Lord? How come he doesn't do all that?" Because I turn up. You know, when I go to parties, I hang out, I have fun. But the thing is that I've always spent more time in my room, just watching a whole lot of classic footage, trying to take bits and pieces and let it cultivate into how Law would present it, because that became part of my style. You know.
So now for you, who was the best stage show that you watched back in those days?
Oh man.
Don't get in trouble now.
No. Look, I'm a truth teller.
But you know a lot of these people. So
That's what I said.
Listen.
That's what I said. Don't get in trouble.
No, I'm not gonna get in trouble. I'll tell you like this, and my homegirl can attest to this. When Michael Bivins asks for your opinion, it's saying something. So they know when I say it, it's for real. Like I'm just saying that more so because I'm very honest. Like my reputation's honest. So here it is.
There you go.
The best perform. Now here's the thing. It's a lot of, you know, I saw the Victory Tour. So of course, I love all 6 Jacksons, not just Michael. I love all 6
Tito?
of them. Of course. Well, guitar-wise, I mean, definitely.
Even Carly? Nah.
Jermaine, Michael, and Marlon were my 3 because, you know, Marlon shadowed Michael so great, and Jermaine is a mean bass player. Like, sick with it. But honestly, that was great. Of course, New Edition always, because of course we were doing the same stuff. We break dancing, we singing, we doing this, and it was dynamite. But honestly, #1 for me, and my mom took me to go see the Purple Rain tour. And Prince is my #1 idol. So
you don't
for
wear
me,
the pants with the ass
it was just
out,
like no.
Was he doing that?
No.
Was he doing
That's the only thing you
Of
can take
course.
from Prince pants with the ass
He was doing. See, my mom. See, look. Let me show you how cold my mom is. Cause my mom, you know, she you know, gospel and all that other stuff, but my mom was the renegade because she's the oldest. She was a renegade in her family, so she exposed me to a lot of stuff that most parents in that era frowned on. Like for example, the fact that we were able to listen to Darling Nikki. I know the words to that.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't know why, but this record. But guess what? She would just let it fly. She was like, you know what? Because they're going to get into it anyway. And of course, when we saw the movie, it's like, come on, you're not going to cover my eyes every second. So we're going to see something. But
I mean, that '84 was the Pepsi Michael tour and was the Purple Rain movie.
Madonna, Tina Turner, Lionel Richie. So Prince was definitely hands down. But then here's where it gets interesting because of course, my legendary uncle Tony T. Funk Austin, who played drums behind Kool and the Gang and actually the guy I'm about to mention now. Once I saw James Brown, that's when it made sense. I'm like, oh, so this is who Michael and Prince. Like they both. That's 2 of his greatest students. So they both took bits and pieces of what he did. But as y'all know, ain't nothing like the original. So you can watch I just see a recent James Brown footage I haven't seen, never seen before, and I'm just like.
And if you go back, they took it from Chuck Berry.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's the whole.
Well, it's the tree.
Science, that's the tree.
It's all you taking it from here to here to here. The only thing is that you want to make it better.
Yeah,
and not making
absolutely.
it better. Not making it better, trying to say that you could go better than Michael, but making it better in your own way, where you can show who you are and show that I can do this like this. It's a variation of it. But it's still a little better than the way he did it.
That's what James Brown said when he said that when he was talking about Michael. He was saying that what I love about Michael is though he studied me, he eventually took a bit and piece of it, because even if you saw some of the last shows he did, you would see a couple of, but it still was Michael, because Michael personified what his whole thing was. Same thing with Prince.
Right.
Prince could do a split like James Brown, but then guess what? He gonna do this, and we're like, what the heck is that? We don't know what this is.
See, the funny thing with me is like when I look at Prince and then when he was doing their stage things, it also reminded me of Cab Calloway.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah.
Because we saw when he used to do Heidi
Jerome Mitchell from the time told me that was the whole when they wore the suits. That's what they were trying to emulate. The
Heidi
whole the French Riviera kind of look, the real classy zoot suit sort of thing. Oh yeah.
So we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, I really want to dive into what you're doing now. You work with a lot of artists, and like we mentioned a little bit with Sharice, but more on the acting side, technology is a blessing, but also has been a curse. And I want to hear your opinions of it.
Okay.
9 Lounge Live with Law. Come on back.
Yes.
I'm glad we started late. You could make the whole show.
Well, look no further than Young and Juicy Cafe, serving healthy, organic, and wholesome meals affordably priced. Their made-to-order smoothies are crafted with the freshest ingredients. Y&J helps customers change lifestyle with customized healthy meal options built for life. Young and Juicy Cafe, 13 Lawn Avenue in New Rochelle. For takeout, call 914-654-1234. Young and Juicy Cafe. Eat to live. 914-654-1234.
Scintillating and daring. Diamonds are not always a girl's best friend is the wonderfully and cleverly crafted new novel from Lima Long. Diamonds Are Not Always a Girl's Best Friend is a purely scandalous read that will leave you shocked. A compelling novel with characters that we all can relate to. Lima Long has given us insight into defining what friendship is and what it is not. True to form, deceitfully cunning. Diamonds Are Not Always a Girl's Best Friend will keep you on the edge of your seat for the entire ride. Go online and order your copy from Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com today. Again, log on to Amazon.com or go to BarnesandNoble.com to get your copy of Lima Long's Diamonds Are Not Always a Girl's Best Friend today.
Everything's changed.
This Sunday morning at 9, Lily's International Christian Outreach presents a celebration worship service with special guest, Dove Awards nominee Alvin Slaughter.
Lay down your burdens at the altar.
Come out and receive your blessings from God at the King's Temple, 36 Franklin Avenue, Hewlett, New York. Again, that's Alvin Slaughter this Sunday morning, May 22nd, starting at 9. And it's free. Let's all rejoice in the Lord. For more information, go to liliesinternational.org.
Join in the time of celebration.
It all started in New York City. A family came together to create a game plan to take over. A brand that would represent a lifestyle, clothes, jewelry, and events. Then it finally happened. Welcome to Bree Combination, a leader in men's and women's fashion and accessories. Family owned and operated, all designs are created within by the family's daughter. Bree provides such unique clothing designs like the Owl Always and the ever popular Koi Fish. Bree Combination doesn't stop there, as their award-winning accessory line is highlighted by the Duke or Earl and the beautiful Pace necklace. To purchase Bree Combination clothing or accessories, simply log on to BreeCombination.com. That's Bree, B-R-I-I, combination.com. For information on events or to contact the owners of Bree Combination, go to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Bree Combination. That's at B-R-I-I Combination. Bree Combination. Not just clothing, but a lifestyle for the new millennium. What's pop opera? It's taking the world by storm, and pioneering this new sound is Sharice Mills. No stranger to running from the front, Sharice has done it again with her latest single, Champagne, featuring French Montana. Yes, Champagne will have you grooving and desiring so much more. Purchase the new single Champagne by Sharice Mills featuring French Montana on iTunes. To learn more about Sharice Mills and the pop opera movement, go to her website, ShariceMills.com. This weekend, get your taste of Champagne.
So I could call Eddie Bailey at EVT, and he could come out to the house, and we could like clear out the garage. This is great. I love this. If you're a business owner, and you need office cleaning services, you're a homeowner like me, you need assistance with carpentry or floor care or just a general cleaning, you could call EVT Cleaning Services. They have general maintenance to electric repair. EVT covers the entire tri-state area for your home and your business. And Eddie Bailey is a New York native. He put together this homegrown business that's second to none to help you with all the dirty work for your home or your office. Landscaping, janitorial, even demolition services. You name it, they do it all at EVT Cleaning Services. 347-755-4263. 347-755-4263. Or find EVT on Facebook by searching EVT Cleaning Services. Tell them Piscopo sent you for a special discount. EVT Cleaning Services, the improvement professionals.
Get 'em Girls Styles is the best place for all your hair care needs. Conveniently located in the Bronx at 1444 Boston Road. Get 'em Girls Styles specializes in total hair care and hair extension service, including wig making. Purchase any extension service and receive a free wash and set. Call 347-431-3225 or go to GETEMGURLZ.com and use the code 1039 for 15% off. Get 'em Girls Style, where beauty meets the eye.
Holiday weekend, iHeartRadio. Big shout to my boy Nigel Touch over at CBTV and Roku TV, Hot Noise Entertainment, and again Twitch and Backstage, all the other networks. I can't name them all. I'll be here all day. We're chopping up with the homie Law, and again, when we got off the break, I wanted to come back and mention about just today's music, today's artists, and technology, and everybody have the ability to put a studio in a bathroom. You now have more influx of music. Well, that could be a good thing. It could be a negative because now people perceive the work you put in the time and the research you put in, and they don't need to do that because as long as they got a smartphone and an internet connection, they could absolutely play the game. Your thoughts on that, whereas there are people who utilize what's out here today and make it work, and those who just, could water down what you and some of your contemporaries are doing?
Honestly, my theory's always been this. Do what the hell works. Because the thing for me, see, again, I'm going back to the whole 80s, 90s babies thing. I was in existence at the time when it was starting. I always make this joke about the great Stevie Wonder, my second idol after Prince. Stevie Wonder was digital before digital was digital. Because Stevie was always ahead with the latest keyboards and latest technology. That's why I've been noticing in the 80s, even though a lot of his peers we hated that 80s era. I loved it. You know why? Because it showed me that he's already skilled on piano. So now that he's working these drum programs, these Kurzweils and all this other stuff, because he's already a sick singer and a keyboard player, so the technology just benefits him even more because now he can do stuff that he did in the 70s, and now in the 80s it's just a little bit more easier.
I thought it was like Roger Troutman. Well,
there you go.
Also advanced in a lot.
And it's crazy because I always tell people Roger Troutman was not the first to use the talk box, but once he got done with it, it was never the same. Stevie Wonder's actually first. Stevie Wonder, then Peter Frampton. But it's the crazy thing is that you do what works. I mean, Black Moon made Into the Stage on just a basic SP1200. Right. Same thing with the Mecca and the Soul Brother album. So the thing is just that, and these are classics that at least Architect Works are still working today. So the thing is that you got to do what works for you. Now my thing is that for most of these guys now, if that's what works for them and they're able to get the song done and they got people digging what they putting out, so be it. But some people who want a specific sound or want to do it a certain way, you have to do that. And I will say this, technology advancing wise does help because there's certain things that I can do now that I couldn't do probably 15 years ago. And now it's like, oh, I don't have to do that? Okay, cool. So the great thing about having a lot of some of these other new engineers on the scene that know equipment and certain things, because see, all it is an engineer for me, because when I come and I play stuff, I put stuff together. I know what I'm doing. I'm a real producer, so I know what I want to hear. I know what I want to hear in the snare. I know how to mix. The engineer's job is just to put it in certain places and to show me that there's a better way for me to get what I'm getting. So it works both ways.
Now, I was sitting down with somebody, and this is an older gentleman, and we were listening to different music, and he said he did not like the way the music sounds now, because it's not generated the same way it was back in the day, where you had your horns as your horns.
Yeah.
And the different sound, the differentiations in the instruments, where now it's more of a
microwave
or a blend.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna take that question and I'm gonna parlay it into I was asked this before, and it's crazy. I always get this question all the time on the internet, but it's a generational thing, and the thing is that just as how we thought what we were doing, because I remember when we had the SP1200s, I still got my Akai MPC. I still use my MPC 2000 when I do certain tracks. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. For my the drums, the rugged part of it.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, because I play live drums too, but the thing is that when I want to combine both of them, sometimes I use that just to add a extra arm to what's going on. I still use this stuff. Right. Like I said, I'm analog. If you're gonna do that, if you can make that little beat on that thing, why don't you go get some guitar lessons? Why don't you go and study? Why don't you go and learn about how the OGs did it, so now you can advance your sound? This is the reason why, what's this guy? I can't think of his name. Manny Fresh. Remember when Cash Money came out? Because their tracks, back, it was what it was, but if you notice, with each Cash Money project, Manny's production got sicker. And I don't even think Manny's musically trained, but it didn't matter, because the bottom line is that every track became, I'm like, I would hear certain things, and I'm different, because I could turn up to it, but I'm that bass is knocking, because I'm in the club, I'm like, and it was different. So all I say to most of these guys is that advance your, that's all I'm saying. Like, once you get that part, now get deeper. That's what we did. When I had the first Casio beat machine, I thought I was, I was doing it. I'm like, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, that's good. But then when I heard albums like It Takes Nations of Millions to Hold Us Back, come on, let's get deep. When I heard the Illmatic album, I heard how P-Rock flipped that jazz sample for The World Is Yours, I'm like, okay, I got a lot to learn now. And mind you, this is coming from somebody who listens to all kinds of music. You know what I mean? Rock, heavy metal, because I do it all in my show. I play it all in my show. So the thing is that, how did I make that work? So that's why hip-hop was such a very vital part for me growing up, because it showed me I can manipulate all the stuff that I love. So all I'm saying is that some of these kids and these people coming up, they should just advance. Once you're done making that and it works for you, I say, okay, good. Now what are you going to do from there? Because if you keep making the same thing over and over, it worked for a minute, because some people get lucky. Let's keep it real. You want it now? It's time to enhance it. And Prince threw that challenge out to Timberland. He was like, everybody talking about they stole our sound. Well, if you're so bad, get another sound. And guess what? Timberland said, okay. Timberland stripped down his music, and that's when Sexy back and all that. And Timberland had a whole nother career as a producer for Justin Timberlake. From that, bum, 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 that's his style. And it's like, he changed it up as a producer, and it worked. That's why we're still talking about him. So
no doubt. We're chopping up with Law. You also, along as being an artist yourself, you also manage and mentor a ton of artists. One we know. Common. We won't mention her name. But in any event, talk about the mentoring standpoint and the business part of working with other artists.
Well, even when I was doing my stuff, like when I was still making the come up, the thing was, I was
got a movie coming out. She's the actress, photographer. She does a lot of things. They just welcome to Non-Free Lounge, the lovely and talented Miss Magdalena O'Bell. Thank you.
Best friend is the wonderfully and cleverly
Wrong with that. Unbelievable. We ain't doing no silk drawers and none of that kind of stuff.
provides privacy and security monitoring, consultation, and comprehensive identity restoration. So if something does happen to your identity, you'll have professional help in getting your identity restored. For more information, contact your local rep, Raymond Baxter, at 800-825-6098 or go to mylegalbenefits.info. Harvard Risk Management. Looking for an organization that can assist your child's life lessons and discipline in the New York tri-state area? Say hello to the Inner City Youth Football League, a 501c3 organization. ICYFL for short promotes sportsmanship on and off the field to make better young people. And they're looking for players ages 7 to 17 and cheerleaders ages 7 to 14. Maintaining a youth organization can be very costly, and ICYFL needs your help. To make a Love tax-deductible donation to ICYFL, please call 347 860-6166 or 646-400-8121. Email at icYFL@yahoo.com or go online to innercityyouthfootballleague.com. Also for donations, you can go to gofundme.com/LZ99IS. Would you like your child to play or cheer for the ICYFL? Go to innercityyouthfootballleague.com to find a team near you. The Inner City Youth Football League, winning back our youth.
Hey folks, looking for a different kind of sports show? Then join me, Jeff Cadillac, Sunday nights at 10 for the Jeff Cadillac Show, sponsored by Raymond James and Associates, Locust Valley, New York, on AM 970, The Answer.
You know, you got a couple seconds to make a strong first impression. If your appearance is your calling card, then let me introduce you to John Anthony from J. Hilburn. John and his team consult directly with you, offering exclusivity to the world of custom without the hassle. By cutting out the middleman, John Azalea, John's got you covered. Contact John directly at john.anthony@jhilburnpartner.com. That's john.anthony@jhilburnpartner.com. John will come to you, or you could visit his showroom at 13 West 38th Street on the second floor by appointment only. Think you got what it takes to be a fashion consultant? Ask John how. John Anthony and J. Hilburn. Nothing is more personal than the clothes on your back.
R&B sensation Maine is taking the music industry by storm.
Hey, yo, shorty, what up?
Hailing from Central Islip, New York, Maine has merged the best of R&B and rap to create the Maine sound, music that you can vibe and enjoy on every level. Maine has worked with such legendary names as Eric Sermon and Snoop Dogg.
I got that Henny for you, baby.
Catch Maine live April 25th at the Hashtag Bar, 388 Van Duzer Street, Staten Island, New York. Want to learn more about Maine? Then go to MaineMusicNYC.com. That's MaineMusicNYC.com. Love the music of Maine?